Hello there. This is TJ Casado, and I'm going to share with you a short video about my awakening here on IamAwake.com and on YouTube. Um, so, yeah, I was invited by my really good friend to submit a video for IamAwakeNow.com, which is a great website, especially for those who are still kind of stumbling around a little bit in the in between, in the gray area of being awake and still being asleep and trying to figure out information. There's so much information out there. But anyhow, I'm awake. Yes, I really believe I'm awake, and I'm really, really grateful to be so. And I think that it's also ongoing. This conscious awareness that happens to you when sort of the wool is pulled over your eyes, it keeps going, and if anything, it becomes also a personal journey. Depends on you what you're searching for and what you're seeking. And a good way to start is just by seeking the truth and proclaiming that out there to the universe, and proclaiming that you want to be aligned with the truth, and whatever the truth is in its highest form within yourself, and for the whole world at large. So essentially, what am I awake about exactly? Okay, I'm awake about the fact that what we're actually taught in school might not necessarily be above board. And by above board, I mean, it's peppered and garnished with a lot of other people's agendas. People who seek to control the masses in many ways. A lot of this stuff might sound conspiracy theory-ish, and I used to be afraid of that word because it would be thrown at you a lot, especially when you're in the process of really uncovering what the hell is going on in the world. I mean, the world is just crazy right now, isn't it? It's just craziness, and it's been craziness for a long time. Anyway, so yeah, you encounter things and you're like, hey, that might actually have some truth behind it, or something that probes you a little bit to dig deeper. And then you get the conspiracy theory, title on you, or you're being told not to entertain those theories. Well, here's the thing. There's actually a lot of conspiracy facts. They're not just theories. They're facts, and they're out there. So there's a few things that I'm awake to. I was starting to say that, and then I raveled, but I'm awake to the fact that, they put stuff in people's drinking water all over the world, and that stuff actually, it doesn't serve you. It doesn't make your teeth stronger. Maybe it does, but you don't need to drink it for your teeth to get stronger. And I'm talking about fluoride. I'm awake to the fact that they put fluoride in our drinking water because it dumbs you down. Yes, scientists have done tests and have found that ingesting fluoride is not necessary for stronger teeth. So, why do they put it in drinking water? And they put it in drinking water without even your consent. And this is a chemical. Yeah, it's a mineral, but it's not really necessary to be eaten. And they put it, yeah, because apparently it dumbs you down. And I'm not surprised, because there's a lot of not very smart people out there, and it might have something to do with them being fluoridated. So that's one of the things I'm aware of. I'm aware that the economic crisis and the global crisis and all these crazy crises out there that force you to tighten your belt, or force you to get a second job, or to go back to school, go in debt, and get a higher degree. They're just all manufactured. I mean, sure, not all of them maybe, but I'm just, you just kind of start to doubt a lot of things that are in place, a lot of systems. And a lot of these systems took root ages ago. And I'm talking about ages ago, in an age that we don't live in anymore. So a lot of these old systems are still in effect. And they're in effect for one reason or another, but it's not a reason that serves us any longer. Um, I believe that there's a lot of media control, media hype, and media operatives at play to control people's consumer habits, to control people's dietary habits, to control people's just sleeping habits, everything. You know, we're not free. People think I live in a free country. I don't think we're that free. We're just in a controlled state of slavedom, really. And, it's kind of perceived that you're free, but in a lot of ways you're not. I mean, if you, I could give scenarios, but this is just gonna drag this out. But anyhow, those are a few things. But you know what? Here's the thing. What really helped me wake up, um, among many things, is and was learning my history, learning the history about the world. Fortunately, I decided after high school that I would study archaeology, and this really opened up a lot about history and a lot about the sciences, a lot about religions and cultures to me. And upon starting to learn history, you encounter there's still a lot of mysteries out there in the world, and it is through history and being aware of these mysteries, and some of these mysteries I knew about ever since I was a kid, um, it it's like instinctively you ask a question like, what's going on there? Like, okay, for example, you have the creation story that has come down from the Bible, that the world was made in 7 days, and the Genesis story, and that's great. And then you have the story about Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and that Eve, the woman, first woman on earth, bit into this forbidden apple, and ever since then, we've just not been in paradise. It's a great story. It's a great concept. Um, and believe it or not, there's a lot of people that believe that story as fact, factual. How can we tell? I mean, sure, you could just have blind faith and believe in it, but what if that story was used to suppress the feminine? Think about it. It was Eve, the first female, who bit into the forbidden apple. That act kicked her and her partner out of the Garden of Eden, which technically was paradise. The, that right there is one of the things that woke me up. I guess you get a little bit older after high school and childhood, and you start to ask questions, and you don't just accept things. And you might have asked those questions too when you were younger, but parents and older people, grown-ups, they just tell you what to believe all the time, and then you just take it because they won't entertain your curiosities. Um, Anyhow, learning about the mysteries of the world in a nutshell really, really helped wake me up, open up my awareness to things, and just just makes you wonder what is really going on out there. And then if you're really curious enough to investigate it and to research it, to do your own research, a lot of things start to open up, and you pretty much, yeah, you do. You might fall into this rabbit hole. It's been said many times, but yes, there is a rabbit hole. You can fall into it, and you can fall deeply into it. Now, just to wrap it up, um, that is pretty much in a nutshell my awakening and how I awakened to a lot of things that's going on in the world, but I'm still constantly growing in my awareness and consciousness, and it's a process. And one piece of advice I'm going to leave you with is that, if you are feeling this experience of seeing things with new eyes, it's really, really a blessing. It's great, just try to take a moment and meditate on learning and taking away from it whatever is within your highest good, whatever is within the highest purpose for you. You might experience feelings of anger, denial, suffering, sadness, resentment. That's normal. But don't get stuck in that mode. Don't get stuck in being angry at people. Don't get stuck in being angry at yourself. Don't get stuck, and don't be regretful of your life and resentful. Continue to meditate on the highest good, and hopefully your awakening experience will take you to the next level. And that next level is it's about helping to lift global consciousness, those around you, your family, your friends, affecting the change that needs to happen in this world. So anyway, that's it for me, and I hope this has been helpful somewhat, and thank you for taking the time to listen. I am awakenow.com. See ya. Bye.